Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here, and I hope that you are having a great week. Now, as promised, I am going to be talking about something that has been a struggle for a lot of people, especially those freshly out of a college HIM program, or maybe career changers that are looking to move into health IT, and that is, how do I get in? There's all of these jobs that's being guaranteed to be available for me, but I can't get my foot in the door. I'm going to talk about with you some ways that you can actually break into health IT. Because like I mentioned in my last video, there is a formula to this thing. And if you have not seen my last video, what is health informatics? The link is going to be somewhere on the screen. Go ahead and check it out. But for those that have seen it already, keep on watching. Let's talk about my tips for you on how to actually break into health IT. So tip number one, research. People always think that all of the jobs that are in health IT are going to be found on LinkedIn. They're all going to be found on Indeed. And that's actually not the case. There are some companies out there that don't really even use a lot of job engines to promote and find talent. They will just place it on their website and cross their fingers that somebody actually applies. So if you want to get yourself a better chance of getting a job, I highly recommend that you do your own research. And when I say do your own research, I mean start to Google and find companies that are in the health IT space that may not be on the popular platforms. And you'll be surprised how many jobs are sitting and waiting for great professionals like you. My next tip for you is be open. There are actually a lot of opportunities out there, but sometimes you may have to find another way to get there. I can't tell you guys how many people I have interviewed that started off in one position, and over the years they grew into doing the position that they have now. So you may want to be a data analyst, or you may want to be a engineer of some sort, but you may have to start off in that company doing something else. And that's okay, right? Because your foot is in the door, you're still working in health IT, and as you're getting to know the people and the organization and the team that you actually want to potentially work for, you have the ability to then move over into that position over time. So when I say be open, I say be open to the opportunities that are currently in your face that you can take full advantage on as you maneuver your way into your dream role. Be open. Another way that you can break into health IT is by doing internships. And those don't sound like fun because of obviously you don't get paid. But there are some perks to internships. You get to meet the people that work at the company, you get to see the company culture, and you also get experience under your belt. So if you're out here in the field and you're having trouble trying to get a job, consider internships. Yes, you have to pay your bills. I totally get that. But if it's something that you have the ability to maybe do part-time or at least put in some hours, I highly recommend it, because having free work on your resume that shows your ability to work in health IT is better than nothing. So definitely consider internships. Now, if you don't believe me, check out this clip from my interview with Neelam, where she spoke about her experience from transitioning from an internship position to a full-time role. Telling you guys, it works.
Here in a new country, so it wasn't easy before, but I took every suggestion I received from those HIM professional with whom I was able to connect. I volunteer at local library, children's homes. I was there for like almost every parent-teacher events at school, which helped me to develop my communication skills and also language, because English is not my first language. So I had to like improve those skills. That really helped as well. And those experience and those connection helped me to get an internship at Compasses Hospice as a medical record intern.
Okay.
And this provided me the experience which led me to my career start at SCA Healthcare as an SIM specialist. So journey was not that good before, but I mentioned my like consistency and work for it in different ways, and I am here now.
Another way that you can break into health IT is through certifications. Now, people don't always think about this, but certifications can be very helpful when you are trying to get your foot in the door. The reason being is they may be asking you for all of these years of experience, which you may not have, but you have this certification that lets that recruiter know that you have the ability to understand what they're looking for. And so that may open up a potential window for you, right? And get your foot in the door. So don't look down on certifications. They can definitely help. Now, what kind of certification should you get? That's going to depend on the job, right? There are some positions where having a CAPM or PMP certification makes sense. There's other positions where it may make sense to have some type of security certification. I believe it's the CISPP, I believe. Or you may need to have a CompTIA, or you may need to have a RHIT or RHIA, or have, there's so many, right? CDI, there's so many certifications out there. But whatever that certification is, just know that having it is a game changer when you are trying to get your foot in the door. Education. Now, an education can take you a long way. There are some positions in health IT companies that don't require you to have a health IT degree. However, having that education, having that backing will definitely support you as you're on your job search. Just to make this personal, for me, I started my career based off of doing a health IT certification program. If you want to hear my story, because it is a very interesting one, then definitely feel free to check it out by clicking on the link that is currently popping on the screen. But from that testimony that I did, you will see the power of certification programs. And there are loads of programs out there, and I will do a video at some point where I will actually go through some of these programs and talk about how they operate, what they do, and what you gain from them. But having an education, whether it is, short term, whether it's an actual degree or a non-credit degree, whatever the case may be, helps. The next tip I have for you is networking. I cannot tell you the power of networking, guys. Knowing people in the field, collaborating, connecting with people is huge when it comes to getting your foot in the door. And there are so many ways to network nowadays that you have no excuse when it comes to the lack of connects that you can get. We have LinkedIn. We have conferences that are happening online as well as in person. They have all these professional associations. So if you're not a member of a HEMA, if you're not a member of HEMS, then you're already setting yourself short, because these are places where you're able to meet people and network and find out opportunities and things that may not even be posted online for you to see. And one thing that I have noticed from a lot of people that I've spoken to as I have been starting to do some career services is that there are a lot of people that are really siloed and they're kind of keeping to themselves. And there's no way that you're going to be able to grow and be your best self when you're isolated from the community. So I welcome you to the health IT community, and I beg you and ask you that if you're struggling, that you take the opportunity to network with people in the field, because like I said, that will potentially open up doors that you never even thought were there. So that's the secret sauce, guys. If you're networking, if you are gaining certifications that make sense to you, if you are educating yourself as much as possible, and if you're doing your research, then you're going to see yourself find opportunities a lot quicker than those that are not. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions for me or you have any comments for me, feel free to use the chat at the bottom. I do look at them and I will respond to them. And I will see you guys in my next video soon. Bye.